Let me just put you guys over here. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome. I'm going to see who's in the chat. Okay. Okay. Hello guys. Welcome to this full moon Get Ready With Me live. I'm Lexi. I'm your local light worker. I don't have any makeup on because I will gradually put more makeup on as we go along. Thank you for being here. I'm just going to allow space for everybody to join. Jaded Kate, Manvi Baheti, Ivy, Sneha, Rania. Hey, Millie, Nozuko, guys, more people are on tonight than I expected. I had very low expectations. See, this is the key to happiness. Always expect very little because you'll be surprised by how much the universe provides. How are you guys? Gautami, Sharingan, Cash. I look a little bit kind of wacky because I just washed my hair, so it's going to dry out as we read the cards and do the ritual, and as I start to put on some makeup on my face. Hello, guys. Greetings from Greece. Rania is in Greece. Are you there on holiday or are you from Greece, Rania? I know a lot of people are on holiday at the moment. I was actually considering of taking a trip to the mountainside as well, but then I got sick. So I decided I need to postpone it for a while. Yeah, Jules. Hi, Jules. Hello, Hanabe. Hello. Hi, Taisha. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. I'm going to begin first by applying some lip gloss, just so that I feel a little bit less ghost-like. I have a South Node conjunct the Ascendant. If any of you out there have a similar placement, astrologically speaking, you look a little bit like a ghost. I'm sure that a lot of people usually bump into you in the streets because they cannot see you. There is a sense of invisibility if you have the South Node conjunct the Ascendant. Very different than if you have the North Node conjunct the Ascendant, which makes you attract a lot of attention. People are very obsessed with how you look, with your body. You pull people's energies very quickly in, and it might not always be positive energies. So let me just finish my lips just a second, guys, so I look a little bit more colorful as I speak to you. I'm also still recuperating from my cold, so I do apologize if I start randomly coughing. It's been a very dry flu. No, I don't have COVID because I tested myself. I have one of those self-test kits. So I don't have COVID, God bless. Everything is okay. It's just a very dry flu that won't go away. But I am taking good care of myself. I have here some hot lemon with mulberries and blueberries. This is an excellent moon. This full moon in Capricorn is an excellent moon to nourish yourself with root vegetables, with fruits, especially berries and fruits that hang from vines or come from bushes in the woods. Because Capricorn rules anything that has to do with the forest, right? Traditionally, Capricorn was not only associated with the devil and a lust for life, but it was also in pagan times associated with Cernunnos, right? So Cernunnos was the pagan god of the forest, the one that was incredibly virile and was full of seed because he had to make love to Mother Earth to create plants, insects, bees, all sorts of different things that exist in the natural world, right? So Mother Earth, Gaia, needed Cernunnos' energy and vitality and strength and his hard work, right? So the hard work of making love to her in order to populate the world with flora and fauna. So beautiful stories. Jasleen, Ivy, hi Lish, hey! I just finished Lish's reading today. I had a couple of personal readings in the morning. I finished them and then I went out and I went to one of my favorite stores, spirituality and magic store here in Bucharest, that is actually named after the Egyptian goddess of the home and the hearth. It's called Hathor. And I got this black candle, well, black is usually the color that we traditionally associate with Capricorn, but also because this full moon at the moment is conjunct Pluto, and you guys know that Pluto represents magic, mystery, secrets, obsession, darker, intense emotions. And I wanted to burn a candle tonight for protection. Yeah, so black candles usually are used in candle magic for that, for protection. I'm tripping over my words. This full moon is taking place in my third house, so this is all about communication. And it's important as well, guys, for you to make it a bit personal. So look in your natal chart. Come on, take out your astrology app, take out your Astrodienst, astro.com, you know, whatever site you're using. People are super into astrology at the moment, so you have no excuses if you don't know how to generate your chart in this day and age, okay? And if you're still struggling with it, with its interpretation, feel free to get in touch with me. I can create a birth chart for you and help you interpret it. But anyway, I know the majority of you are experts in astrology already. You guys started correcting my videos as well, and I'm super lucky for that because this is how we learn. This is how I improve as well as an astrologer, by getting feedback from you guys. Yeah, so keep on giving me attentive feedback, keep on correcting my mistakes. I do appreciate you guys, and I love the fact that you help each other out in the comment section as well, because we are a community. Yeah. Okay, so pull up your charts and have a look where you have Capricorn in the chart. Everybody has Capricorn in the chart, even if you have no planet, no asteroid there. It could be an unexpected empty house. Empty houses are significant, guys, in the chart. I was actually thinking of creating a separate astrology clip for you, my loves, where I describe some special aspects of the chart. When you have empty houses in the chart, let me just begin from the beginning. First of all, we all have the 12 zodiac signs in our energy, in our natal chart. All of us. We all have Pisces, Aries, Gemini, Libras, Sagittarius energy. We all have that, yeah? No matter what your sun sign is, what your sun, moon, and ascendant are. It's just that the energies tend to be underlined, emphasized, stronger when we have a planet in a specific sign, in a specific house. The other houses, we don't need to worry about. That is past life energy that we dealt with. So if you have an empty house, that means you're free of karma in that area of life. Yeah? Sometimes I analyze birth charts and I look at a person that has a stellium in the first house and maybe another planet in the seventh house and another planet in the third house. And that's it. All the other houses are empty or there are no aspects to them. That means that that person has a very long line of incarnation here on earth. People with stelliums are old souls usually. And this is because they need to focus in this lifetime specifically on handling the problematic aspect in that house where they have the stellium. Because all the other houses, it's okay. You learned how to make money, the second house. You learned how to communicate, the third house. You learned how to take care of your body, what your identity and your ego is, the first house. You learned how to get married, love, relate to other people, the seventh house. You learned how to let go, forgive, and surrender, the 12th house. You learned how to create a public role, how to work steadily, step by step on creating a career, the 10th house. But maybe you failed at 5th house energy. Yeah, so the 5th house has bang, a stellium. All of the planets are there. All of your energy needs to focus on 5th house energy in this lifetime because you need to pay attention to it. And what is the 5th house? Playfulness, leisure, short-term romance, finding a hobby and making a business out of it, doing what you love, showing yourself up into the world, radiating light and saying, this is who I am, this is what I'm good at, watch me world as I perform. The 5th house is the natural house ruled by Leo. So where you have planets there, that's where you radiate energy. Yeah, I have a sun in the 5th house. I know I did the charts of some of you guys that recently had a sun in the 5th house. And yeah, that's performer energy. That's light work energy. Whenever I see a person with the sun in the 5th house, boom, light worker, 100%. I don't even doubt it. I don't question it. Yeah. Other aspects, it could be that Sun conjunct Jupiter could also show a light worker. We can talk about this more in another separate speciality clip. I feel I'm running on a tangent. What I wanted to tell you is that I got this black candle for protection. I even tried my best. I used my witch's knife, my atame, yeah, which is the Swiss knife that I deemed my atame, and I tried to carve the rune of protection. And there are two runes of protection. So we have usually algis, which is the one that you see here. It's like a trident. Sorry, I'd rather just show you the rune rather than make funny remarks with my hands. Yeah, so it looks like a trident. Traditionally, it can symbolize a number of things, but most Nordic cultures agree that this represents an elk. And this is the crown, right? The antlers of an elk. And I love that because Cernunnos is usually represented in mythology as holding elk heads, elk antlers, sorry, or a crown of antlers. And then we have here Algis, which is the rune of the elk, the protector of the forest. And then we have Capricorn energy, cardinal earth, this full moon in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn and conjunct Pluto. So this is a lot about what we find stable in life, what we hold on to after a period of 14 years of transformation. This full moon is incredibly significant because it's the last time that we actually will have a full moon in Capricorn conjunct Pluto. This is it. This is a cycle of 14 years that began in 2008 with the Lehman Brothers collapse and the reorganization of our economic kind of activity all over the world, right? It started in America and then it spanned out all over the world. So we all had to restructure the financial banking system. We had to restructure the way in which we collaborate and work with police, right? We had to restructure the institutions, banking, the banking system. You see, guys, what has happened now with like everything going online and NFTs and all sorts of like extreme protection servers that need to keep money, lock it in. We see a lot of people that move their money from one area to another as well due to this like tax problems. Taxes and tax regulations are changing overnight, especially now since there is this conversation around gambling and casinos and people creating these casino businesses on remote islands or in countries where regulations are very mysterious or you can look behind the fine print. Anyway, so that has been like the dark underworld of money, monetary transactions, how we try to reconstruct all of these aspects. There has been the development and growth of the dark web, which is going to bubble up to the surface and become much more publicly debated when Pluto hits Aquarius, because Pluto is about, I'm going to show you the dark side of Aquarius now. So after it has been showing us the dark side of Capricorn, and we've seen what that has represented, the domination of certain countries over other countries, rebellious groups that are being formed in the wake of the poverty, limitations, and economic reconstructing that certain global elites have placed on other smaller countries in order to get their oil, in order to get their people. Because guys, like, I don't want to depress you, but slavery is still a thing in 2022. And Pluto in Capricorn has been bringing all of these like terrible things up to the surface in order for us to purge them, in order for us to be outraged and to try to do something about it. But now this cycle is wrapping up. A full moon is a time of celebration, completion, wholesomeness. It's a time when we can breathe a sigh of relief. We can look at what is it that we planted 6 months ago and what is actually coming up right now to be enjoyed, to be celebrated. I'm going to light the candle so that I'm not going to spend too much time chit-chatting. There we go, so that we can welcome the energy of protection in. God bless, so may it be. And what I wanted to say is that not only Algis is the protection rune, but we have another rune here, which is Ophthilo. But this represents more estates, inheritances. It represents more peace on earth. So it's kind of a protection in a different way. But I wanted to go today with Algis because of what I said, what I mentioned before with Cernunnos and Capricorn and earth energy. Anyway, I'm going to try to pull some cards right now. I will use the, not I'm going to try to, I am going to pull some cards. I'm kind of going around the subject. So we have here the Antique Anatomy Tarot, which was recently donated to my channel. Let me see what you guys are also saying in the live chat. I'm in chaotic Sri Lanka. Oh, Millie, God bless you. God, yeah, Sri Lanka is really restructuring itself at the moment. Janet, hi, hi. I'm so happy you guys are here. God bless you guys wherever you are in the world. If you are in a turbulent nation, I'm sending you so much light and so much love. Please take great care of yourself. You know, we're still my country is still very close to the conflict in Ukraine. It's still ongoing at the moment. It's terrifying that it's been taking so long, but it will take as long as Saturn is in Aquarius, right? Reconfiguring the democratical principles of that nation. But they will win. I am 100% convinced that the Ukrainians will win, okay? So anyway, let's just see what you guys have said. 1111, yeah, we're manifesting a new cycle. Ariana, this full moon is conjunct my south node. What this could mean? Well, past life memories. It's conjunct your point of comfort, yeah? So this is a lot about bringing things up from the past. What is a stellium, Gautami? It's a cluster of planets in one part of your chart. Stellium comes from star. It's the Latin word. Stella is the Latin word for star. Stellium is a bunch of stars, yeah? So when you have a bunch of luminaries, a bunch of planets in a specific part of your chart, for example, let's say you have Sun in Sagittarius, Moon in Sagittarius, Jupiter in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius. That's a stellium. That means that Sagittarius energy is really important for you in this incarnation. You need to do something with that energy. So studying this, the sign, the zodiacal sign, and the house where you have the stellium is going to be really important for you in this lifetime. Let's see what the Antique Anatomy Tarot tells us about the energy of this full moon. Wow, the Wheel of Fortune. This is Jupiterian energy. Very, very strong. We see it here. God bless. This is wonderful. So this talks about growth, accomplishment, achievement, awards. It also talks about the game of chance, taking a chance, taking a risk. What is it that you placed a lot of effort and energy into? And you can actually go back and see how far you've come across since 2008. What is it that you destroyed in your life in order to make a new? And this could apply more for those of you that are a little bit older, maybe in your 30s or 40s at the moment, because I think that generation was the one that was hit the hardest, my Pluto and Scorpios, for example. But in a way, they will also help because Capricorn and Scorpio energy are mutually supportive. So in a way, you might have been helped to create better financial foundations, but it required a lot of ingenuity, a lot of quick adaptation to the crazy demands of the market and also the economic, social, and political fluctuations in the world, right? This whole cycle contained the year 2012 when the Mayans predicted that that is the end of the world. It was the end of an energetic era, definitely. It also included the sap zone. This is what one of my favorite astrologers, Mystic Medusa, called the sap zone. It was that period in between 2012 and 2017 when Pluto and Capricorn was squared by Uranus and Aries. And that's when terrorist groups appeared in the world, like the dreaded ISIL, for example, in the wake of the corporate greed and the political greed that was created in that specific region, right, in the Middle East, the conflict. So I see that right now we are wrapping up that cycle. So we are completely entering into a period that will feel much lighter. It's also going to feel like gambling, taking a risk, because the Wheel of Fortune does talk about this energy of, you know, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna place my bet. I'll see where you know, I'll roll the die and I'll see where they actually land. Sorry guys if my voice is a bit raspy. Mulberry tea with lemon. Okay, so let's see. I want to pull one more card. So the Wheel of Fortune, we have Jupiter energy in the house. Let's see now. Further. Yeah, so we have the Ten of Wands. Drop that burden. Drop it. Experience relief. It's so, so important. And you see how the flame is actually moving. It's also because I'm expelling air. But there is something here about with the Ten of Wands. This is about you've been carrying a very big load for a very long time, and it's time for you to deburden yourself. It's time for sweet relief to come through. So this is actually incredibly positive, and we have 10-10, right? So again, wrapping up an important cycle. Let's pull one more card just for the sake of I don't know, symmetry, but 3 is not necessarily a symmetry. I don't know, I just feel the need to pull one more card. Spirit, could you please show us? Yeah, let's see. You cannot make this up. The 10 of Swords. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a mind fuck. Okay, I cannot put it in any other word. It's been a bit of a mind trip. A lot of people have been suffering from mental health problems lately due to all of the worries, due to this uncertainty, to the fact that whatever works today, you cannot rely on the fact that you can still have it there tomorrow. I can tell you a short story regarding this. Unfortunately, it might disappoint a couple of views, especially those of you that met my channel when I was creating them. And feel free to unsubscribe. You know, you're not in any way, shape, or form blocked to be part of this family if I no longer give you the content that you want. But I am no longer able to do my rose petal readings because the vendor from which I was purchasing my rose petals had to shut down their business due to inflation. So a lot of flower shops around my neighborhood in my district closed down. And it is because of this rising of prices. It is because of the fact that people right now are mostly spending money on consumables, on the things that they need rather than the things that they want. They're no longer treating themselves so much. There is this austere energy. And it's interesting how vendors shutting down their flower shops is affecting me in being able to create rose petal readings for you. I went out today to 3 of the stores that I would normally go to buy rose petals. I wanted to get a bouquet to celebrate this full moon. All of them were closed, and I even went to a supermarket, and the supermarket only had like 3 very tired looking bouquets of flowers from a month ago. So it was just very, very sad to see how they even stopped kind of like purchasing, right? Purchasing these things that were everywhere last year. So it has this trickle down effect, what is happening in the world at the moment. The inflation due to the war now is affecting small businesses. Those small businesses are no longer able to supply me with certain resources, and I am no longer able to create these rose petal readings for you. And I'm really, really sorry, but I do feel like I noticed the viewership on those rose petal readings was decreasing anyway, and you guys were leaving some critical comments. So it felt, in a way, it didn't feel sad. It felt like a natural conclusion for me. Okay, well, I exhausted that idea. I saw that a lot of other tarot readers out there copied my idea. You know, most of them without even saying a nice thing about my channel. But that's okay. That's their karma to bear. But I just felt like it was a natural conclusion to that specific creative aspect, to that specific spiritual work I was doing with the rose petals. Now I'm very open to something new to come in. And this is the kind of energy that we see here as well. From worry and fear and mental prison kind of energy to letting go of something that was working for you but is no longer tenable anymore, and opening yourself up to the game of chance. I will see what comes next. I'm gonna trust. An idea will come to me. Something else will replace what has been cut off. Capricorn energy is about separation. It's about cutting things off. And funnily enough, you know, this week I've been obsessed with collage art, and I was kind of very busy cutting things out of paper, and my scissor broke. And today I finally found another scissor. So today, for the full moon in Capricorn, I bought a sharp object, which is about cutting, separating, eliminating. But it's also about ordering things, right? You use a scissor so that you can cut fine edges, so that you can cut through fabric, so that you can cut through paper. So it's about organizing things, putting them into place, removing excess, or destroying something in order to build something else. Much like I am destroying a couple of old-fashioned magazines and putting them together into collage art for you guys here to enjoy. So this is the kind of energy we're dealing with at the moment. And I would suggest, instead of resisting it and going like, oh, why aren't things working like I wanted them to? I want to always keep doing the same thing over and over and over again and get more money and get more wealth. Things don't work like this, right? We have cycles. Creativity comes and goes. Some days you feel inspired, other days you don't feel so inspired. Some projects and ideas that grow 1 second can, deplete their energy in the coming years. So a new idea needs to come through. It's very similar with agriculture, You can't plant the same seeds in the same spot and expect the same results 20 years on the line. You have to actually plant them in a different spot, allow that bed of seeds to kind of rest for a couple of years, and then come back and replant things. You have to plant a variety of different plants 1 year in that specific spot, and then get other plants due to the soil composition and the minerals of that specific bedding. It's a whole kind of world where you need to pay attention to rhythm, you need to pay attention to variety, and you need to adapt to changes, because that space will not be sustainable if you keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. The problem is that here on the online environment at the moment, people love consistency because it is something that is missing in our everyday life. With so many changes going on in the world, you want to just press play on your favorite YouTube channel and get the same kind of thing that you're expecting from that person, right? And this in a way is good, but it limits the creativity of some of the creators here on YouTube, because many people are afraid to try to do something else because they feel like they're gonna lose subscribers, they're gonna lose money, right? So we have to kind of think as well as consumers. I also watch YouTube clips as well, what we like and how we encourage a creator to grow and develop, and how willing we are to stay by a person's side as they grow and develop in a different direction than the one in which we might have been accustomed to. So I don't know why I feel the need to kind of channel this message, but maybe it's an important Saturn in Aquarius message for you guys out there. It is some sort of like train of thought that has been on my mind for a while now, as I'm kind of thinking, where should I take this channel next? I do have a lot of astrology clips coming your way, and to be honest, this year, full disclosure, it's been feeling like I've been feeling much more inspired to do astrology and astrological analysis much more than tarot. And I think it's because with the South Node in Scorpio dripping energy away from tarot, because tarot is under the rulership of Pluto and Scorpio, I feel that we are gearing towards the North Node in Taurus, which is a lot about reason, simplicity, money, beauty, food. These are the channels that have exploded in this period. Channels that have to do with the simple things in life, right? While channels that have to do with tarot, magic, the occult are floundering at the moment, because the South Node in Scorpio is draining energy away, and also Saturn in Aquarius is creating a lot of blocks in people's capacity to tune into YouTube, to use Instagram, to be on TikTok, to reply to Twitter messages, to use their emails. A lot of people, for their own mental health, are doing these cleanses where they stay away from social media and they drop their accounts. And when that happens, you also lose a lot of subscribers, or a lot of followers. So it's a lot of like random pieces and things that are happening and decisions that are being made. The collective feels very disparate at the moment. And this sense of separation, of being disparate, of being like removed one from the other, is a consequence of the Saturnian energy. And it's becoming very highlighted right now with this full moon in Capricorn. And I guess you can tell that this full moon is taking place in my third house, because I'm very verbose tonight, even though, I've been having these throat problems. I want to see what deity governs over us, and I pulled a card from the Angelarium Oracle, and we have here Matariel, the angel of rain. Well, this speaks volumes to me about Cancer season, water sign energy, cardinal water sign. This is the interesting aspect with this full moon because the sun is in Cancer, cardinal water, the full moon is in Capricorn, cardinal earth. There is something incredibly fertile that is happening in the sky at the moment because the waters of Cancer are nourishing the earth of Capricorn. Capricornian earth is usually very dry and austere. It's like that kind of, when you think about Capricorn and earth, you think about a cracked earth in the desert. That's kind of the energy. Earth that needs to endure, earth that needs to sustain itself through hardship, right? However, at the moment, we have this energy of Matariel, the angel of rain, kind of washing over all the pain that was inflicted in the last 14 years with Pluto's transit through Capricorn. This is closure, this is completion. That thing that obsessed you for 14 years, that demon that you had to struggle with, because Pluto brings up the darkness within, is now released. Yeah, it's released. And there is a big struggle at the moment between light and dark. The South Node is in Scorpio, the darkness, the suspicion, the paranoia, the should I trust, should I open up? And then the light, Taurus, the wheel of light that is turned by the eternal bull, right? Simplicity, little things. Don't argue, don't make a fuss. Just focus on what's working. Focus on trusting. Collaborate with people because together we grow. Together we can help each other out. You have certain things, I have certain things. Let's put them together. We have more things together. That's Taurus, yeah? So letting bygones be bygones, letting go of the darkness, distrust, and paranoia, because we've got things to focus on, material, practical, physical things to focus on. We've got some building to do. So I feel that this full moon illuminates what has been the biggest struggle in our lives and also collectively in the last 14 years. And we can finally release it. We can finally let it go. And I want to pull sigil for you guys. I've been doing this thing where I've been pulling sigils and sleeping with them under my pillow in order to activate their energy. Sigils are basically signs that you can draw or that you can use if you have them in a card shape to help you manifest something, to help you with spells, to help you bring something into being when you struggle to manifest. So let's see. And this is the Making Magic Oracle, yeah, for those of you that are interested. So let's see right now. See, when you have the candle, when you have the rune, and the intention is protection, look, manifesting it on the spot, protection. So we have here strong protective magic for the family and the home. And this is the sigil. So this is the symbol that you can use to draw, right? And put under your pillow, put under your bed, under your desk, under a coffee cup, in order to manifest this energy of protection in your life. So it feels very safe, it feels very slow, it feels very nested at the moment, the energy, or at least I feel it in this way at the moment. I'm not sure. Let me know, guys, in the chat. Let's see in the chat what you guys are saying. Ariana, these are beautiful messages. I'm happy you enjoyed them. Ashley McQuirk, I would love to learn more from you about more witchy things, spells, magic, other resources you recommend for that. Yes, I would love to do that. The problem is that I am really struggling at the moment to gather enough funds so I can actually purchase my own home. That is my hope, that is my wish, that is what I hope Pluto in Aquarius in my 4th house is going to manifest for me. My own home, not needing to pay rent anymore and other bills and nasty stuff to landlords. I'm so tired. I've been doing this most of my life. I've been independent since I was 20 years old. And yeah, I want to have my own space. I want to have my witchy hut, my witchy space. And that's when I think I will go full witch on everything, because I will be able to keep all of my potions. I will be able to keep my preserves. For example, right now it's very hard for me to make my potions, to make my spells, because I don't want to damage the property that is not mine. Yeah. I also cannot make a lot of the things that I want, like my jam jars, my potions, my love spells, because first of all, I don't have space. I live in quite small flats for a single person. And second of all, I cannot keep carrying these things with me as I move along. And I've been moving almost like 15, 16 times in the last 14 years. It's been, and I've been moving from country to country as well, not only just from flat to flat. Sorry about that. See, this is kind of like, the drama that has been plaguing me with this Pluto and Capricorn. So yeah, as soon as I hunker down into my own abode, I will go full witch, and I will actually, I was thinking about creating maybe a specific course. I was thinking about creating a retreat. I was thinking about like going, like I have so many ideas. My mind is the mind of an entrepreneur, to be honest. It's just that I'm limited. I'm limited by Saturn in my second house. Very slowly in time, with a lot of patience and work and effort, I can have those things that people get in a year or two. Yeah, so it's coming. It's coming. I cannot promise you too much. I don't want you to have like very high expectations and then for me failing to deliver you, and I don't want you to feel disappointed, but it's coming. Hopefully the praying will help. Hopefully the work will help. And look, the second sigil that I have here for you, Felix, Felicitas, we have here power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. So if you want to introduce more luck in your life, more serendipity, here is the sigil that you can draw. It has the Star of David in the middle, Felix Felicitas. It sounds like a spell from Harry Potter. Definitely. So these are the two sigils that I have here for you for tonight. And the guardian angel is Matariel, right? The angel of rain. I strongly recommend that if you're feeling low in this period, go and swim, if you can do that, in a lake, in a swimming pool, or just allow the water from your shower to kind of cover you, you know? Crouch a little bit like a baby, and then allow the water to just fall on top of you. Water has been so incredibly good. I've been healing from this flu by taking a bath with salt and essential oils every night. And I really like to use essential oils that are a lot about green herbs like rosemary, marjoram. I've been using basil as well. Basil is an excellent one for Capricornian energy because it stimulates wealth, and it is just this very fresh, refreshing energy. Peppermint and eucalyptus are other great essential oils to use right now. So feel free to do like a magic bath, run a magic bath where you put some crystals, right? You put some salt. It can be Himalayan pink salt. It can be like normal table salt. Iodized salt is better. You can use Epsom salts, you know, whatever salt you want. And then just put a couple of drops of essential oils. And as I said, marjoram, basil, rosemary, sage is also really good. Eucalyptus, peppermint work very well with this energy. Also doing any type of gardening work, repotting your potted plants, being outside and picking berries, things of this nature. It's just excellent being in nature at the moment. So we have here as well, I wanted to pull a card from the Enchanted Blossoms. We have Tranquility. So if you guys at the moment are thinking, I can't manifest, or I'm not getting my goals or my wishes, but at the same time, everything is okay in your little world, you feel very peaceful, there's no drama, you still have money, you still have good food, but there isn't that much happening, I would strongly suggest that you feel grateful for the stillness and the tranquility in your life at the moment, for this peace of mind, for the lack of movement, or the lack of drama, or the lack of challenges. Because a lot of us at the moment with this full moon in Capricorn, myself included, are being granted the gift of stillness. And stillness can feel delicious in its own way. You don't always have to chase things and achieve goals and like push forward and be the winner. Yeah, it's exhausting. A life lived like this is powerful but exhausting. So I see here with the stone crop as the flower, and the butterfly is the Apollo butterfly. Interesting, the exploration of space. Um, I see here that we are being asked to take it easy, take it slow. Yeah? I've been having so many problems regarding my capacity to speak, also because I've been overdoing it with all of the videos I've been creating, the personal readings I've been having, and I feel like the universe has given me this disease in order to slow down, take a break, go on a holiday, keep still, don't speak so much, preserve your energy. That's one way to protect yourself, yeah? No longer expanding energy, but maintaining yourself, holding everything in this beautiful place of tranquility, yeah? Sorry, I don't know. I want to make that movement, but I don't know if you can see it on the camera. So these were the messages that I had for you right now. I'm going to try to do my makeup. I wanted to actually wear something black today because black is actually Capricornian energy. But I thought that's so unimaginative and it's not really tapping into the true nature of Capricorn. Few people know that Capricorns are incredibly creative. Yeah, they've got like a very developed inner world. It's populated with a lot of ideas and a lot of the things they read and what they listen to and the art that they consume. Because you can say whatever you want about Capricorns, but they are intelligent fellows and, you know, gals and fellows that love to just absorb culture. They love to have a model or a role model that they can build a career similar to, or somebody to look up to, a mentor, you know. They like to identify with an important poet or an important politician, an important businessman, an artist, you know, and then they craft their career and their path in life according to that person's kind of destiny, you know. Capricorns are very particular about their name and about their reputation, and they like to do things slowly and steadily because they know that if you rush into something, you can make a mess of it, yeah? So they know that things that are built slowly and steadily in time bring us the best rewards and benefits. And if you think about it, people that enter into difficult periods of apprenticeship, like doctors or lawyers, right? It takes such a long time to become a specialized doctor. And if you are at the moment doing a certain training that requires you to sit and study and do practice work for the next 7 years, you are basically Saturn's biatch. Yeah, you are under Saturnian energy. But whatever Saturn gives you is long lasting. Think about the way people see you once you graduate and the renown and the public esteem that you get when people hear that I'm a lawyer, I'm a doctor, you know. It is something quite important and nobody can take that away from you. Sure, you might not be the best lawyer or you might not be the best doctor. You might struggle to maintain your professional integrity throughout life, right? Just getting a degree or getting a professional qualification doesn't guarantee that you're going to be the best in your profession or that you are actually going to continue practice that after you graduate. But those people that stick to it are actually ones that, you know, receive a lot of acclaim from other people. They receive a lot of gifts and, you know, they're well received by the public, right? And these traditional professions that are now kind of breaking down in the wake of this Pluto and Capricorn reconstitution, these traditional professions still have a lot of clout and power in society, even though fewer and fewer people tend to kind of sign up for that kind of life, because nowadays people are noticing that being you know, having a career in social media gets you richer quicker than actually going down the Saturnian path. But we don't know yet. We don't know what Pluto and Aquarius is going to do to these people that have social media careers. And to be honest, I'm also a little bit worried because at the moment this is also what I'm doing. So it will be interesting to see how Pluto and Aquarius is going to bring us a shift in our awareness of how we're using the internet, how we're using technology, and this reconstitution of the world of work, because both Capricorn and Aquarius are about work. They're about the public roles and public recognition, the 10th and the 11th house in astrology. It's just that Aquarius deals more with co-workers and the tasks that people do as a team in order to reach a certain goal, while Capricorn deals more with the persona you embody, your skills and hard work that reach towards a certain place, that help you climb the social ladder, that help you gain the awards, the achievement, the respect, that help you stand out amongst your peers. Okay, so I don't know exactly what I'm going to be doing with my makeup, but I think I wanted to do something a little bit more colorful. So I'm going to try a very different method right now, which is I'm going to put some of this correcting fluid on my eyelid so I can really make the colors pop up when I'm going to place them on my eyelid. This is a trick that I'm trying to learn from beauty gurus. I am not one of them. You guys know my tutorials are pretty disastrous. These get readies with me are, please don't try this at home, okay? I am here just to play around a little bit with makeup, okay? So for your sheer entertainment and enjoyment, and also to do something fun for these full moons. So I have this palette, this cosmic palette. I basically have two palettes. I'm a very basic individual. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna use my finger because I don't really have my brush. It's too far away, I cannot reach it. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna go, should we go with Saturn? Saturn is this color, it's very greenish. We also have cluster, we have universal, dimension, Mars, night sky, spiral. Which one? I'm kind of more tempted to use these ones, the mauve and the purple. So let's put some dimension on my eyelid. Okay. How does that look? Yeah. And then let's put some cosmic. So we're getting the cosmic dimension at the moment. Okay. And then I want to go in with spiral. So a cosmic dimension that is spiraling out of control, potentially. Themes such as control are very important for Capricorns. They love to be in control. They love to actually portray images of being very controlled, on top of their game. It's interesting right now because I just watched some sort of celebrity critical video on Jared Leto, and he is a very interesting case because he has a sun in Capricorn and he has Venus in Aquarius. So he has Saturn conjunct his Venus at the moment and Pluto conjunct his sun at the moment, or at least near his sun. So there's a lot of dark, restrictive energy, and a lot of the kind of ways in which he's treating underaged fans, which apparently is very sexual, are coming up to the surface right now. So this is karma, the consequences of his actions. This is how Saturn operates. You know, you can, for example, you can be a very powerful person. You can have a lot of clout, a lot of I don't know, a lot of people supporting you, backing you up, and there could come a period in your life when you feel on top of the world and you feel like you can do whatever you want. Maybe you have a great Jupiter transit, but then a couple of years go by and you are doing a couple of things that are not in your integrity, a couple of things that are dark or beneath what you should be doing. And Saturn brings this up to the surface. So it's kind of like Saturn is almost functioning sometimes like a judge. Whatever you thought you could get away with when you had a really good transit will actually be coming up for public scrutiny when you are having the Saturn transit. So this is why they say in a popular way, the truth will always come out, because Saturn will always transit either conjunct your Sun or conjunct your Venus, your Moon, your Mars, and will bring up your karma, the consequences of your actions. So I hope I'm using the same color here. Yeah, so it's interesting what's happening with him at the moment, because a lot of people were so obsessed with him, especially as he was part of that band 30 Seconds to Mars. And I know some of you actually suggested that I astro hunk him, but I'm not going to, because I don't like him as an individual, and I don't want to spend a lot of time editing a clip about him when I don't like him. And it's interesting because now these things are coming up to the surface, and now I'm kind of feeling like, aha, this is why I felt like he was always a bit creepy and uptight and tense. Now, this is not to say that all Capricorns are in this way. For example, Anthony Hopkins, the celebrated British actor, is having a very good period, a very good retirement age. So, and Anthony Hopkins is really interesting because he's very, how should I say, he's very open about the fact that he said in an interview that he's an old sinner, that he's a person that's very lusty, and he's very open about his kind of like Capricornian goat kind of mentality. Goat mentality, what am I talking about? But anyway, about, you know, his lust for life and his many amorous relationships, and the really important roles that he plays in. And he is actually a master at his profession. Like, if you guys have seen his performance in Westworld, he's this kind of actor that appears, and he can only appear in a movie for 10 minutes, you know, but he leaves such a mark, the way he recites his dialogues and the way he, like the intonation, it's like so masterful, so commanding of respect, it just pulls you in. So yeah, that's, I'm trying to give you an example of another famous Capricorn that is kind of like a good example. Um, there we go. So I'm having right now on my eyelids 3 types of eyeshadow: Dimension, Cosmic, and Spiral. And I think I'm gonna go in with Fractal, which is this one over here. And I'm gonna make the interior of my eyelid look like the Silver Surfer, if you guys know from the comics. Yeah. And I'm actually gonna go and buy fruits from the supermarket after I finish this this get ready with me with this kind of look. I know that the blending is pretty awful. I do apologize about that, guys. Again, I'm not a beauty guru, and I'm actually doing these tutorials in a way in which I'm kind of like kind of trying to make it seem like it's entertaining, because I think that people are taking these beauty tutorials far too serious. They're taking it to such an extreme. Like, you don't need to have a full face of makeup to go out of the house and look beautiful. You're beautiful as you are, you know? There is such a thing as your inner beauty, which you allow to come out, right? But yeah, indeed, makeup is fabulous, and it does transform you, and it does make you look like a different person sometime. It's just like, don't get too attached to that. That would be my advice. You know, feel free to not take it. Feel free to just scoff at this and be like, ha ha ha, I'm going back to my makeup den. But, you know, it's a bit sad when you see so many young women who are spending most of the money that they earn on makeup and hair extensions, like basically trying to cover up their natural face, their natural qualities, so that they could all look like YouTube celebrities. No, just love yourself. Love how you are, you know? And yeah, sure, get creative, have fun, but remember, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to make this playful. That's why I'm kind of making these these Astros get ready with me. Also because I haven't actually taken a makeup course. This is all improvised. Now, what else should we do? Do we need to do anything more? Let's see what you guys say in the chat. Is anybody still there? Jules, the colors are so pretty. Silver Surfer. I'm happy you guys like it. Beautiful. Mariam! Mariam, I'm so happy to see you here. Guys, Mariam is like the guardian angel of the spiritual social. She's just wonderful. I just love Mariam so much. And I love you all, but Mariam especially, she's been donating so many decks, so many things. Most of the things that you see here are from Mariam, okay? So, mwah. We also have Chiwei Sun, Chiwei, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sky, what is that? Shilajit and Chaga mushroom. What are you guys talking about? I eat oregano oil and black seed oil. Oh, interesting. Okay. Kajal, you have helped me so much in my spiritual journey. We all will manifest it for you. I hope it becomes easier and easier. Oh, when I was talking about the home. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. You're so sweet. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about this. It's just it requires a lot more effort. That's it. It requires some effort, some dedication, and for me to just keep going. Thank you so much for thinking about me in that way. Yeah, I don't hate it. I'm going to say I don't hate it. I think it actually looks quite nice. It fits very well with what I'm wearing, and the earrings, which are half moons. I want to tell you guys something a bit weird. Maybe you're gonna think I'm insane, but hey, you are on a channel that deals with the occult, so I guess that your margin for insanity is very wide. I'm very happy that you're here. Mine is as well, you know, the things I've seen in my life. But this morning, there was a ray of light that was touching on my arm. And as you guys know, maybe from a video last year where I was kind of like throwing the guy I was dating under the bus for the fact that he made fun of me for having arm hair. Yeah, I do have arm hair. It's very fine, but I have it and I'm not going to get rid of it because it brings me luck. And I tried to get rid of it and I went through a period of sheer bad luck and I'm not going to go through that again. But anyway, I have these fine hairs on my arm. There was a ray of light that was touching my arm hairs, and I got woken up from my dream because the hairs on my arms were standing up, and I'm not joking, guys, they were dancing. It tickled me so much that it woke me up. And I was so shocked because I woke up and I looked at my arm. I was thinking maybe I have a bug or something, you know, an insect on my arm. But then I looked at it and it was like, no, it was just the hair on my arms were lifted and they were kind of like touching each other and kind of like dancing and moving and just on a small portion of my hand. And yeah, I mean, I've been having all sorts of like strange things like this lately, like curtains slowly moving next to me, even though there's no draft of air. My phone, one moment, I was having it lying next to me in bed, and I didn't say anything. It was quiet. It was just Luna that was kind of munching on something in front of me. And then all of a sudden, my phone went into the voice activation and it said, try typing Cleopatra. And I got shocked because Cleopatra is the name of my grandmother, the one that I was very close to, the mother of my mother. I was like completely shocked. I was, what is happening? But yeah, definitely there are some energies, some entities around me at the moment, and they are benefic. I'm not scared at all. In general, you shouldn't be scared because the more you are afraid of something, the more power you give it. So hold that energy for yourself and just make yourself feel calm, knowing that you are safe and protected and loved by the divine. Yeah, so try not to feed your demons. Try to just ignore them. Ignoring things is sometimes the best course of action in life in general. As a woman existing in the patriarchy, ignore things. Just ignore it. Don't engage. Don't interact. Don't even make eye contact. Don't think about it. You know, just ignore it. This is an advice from a Pisces sun. That's how I coasted through life, ignoring things. You know, and it saved me from a lot of conflicts, to be honest. Anyway, but coming back to these visitations, don't be afraid of them. If you're going through these kind of moments when you feel that there are entities around you, unless you feel this extreme cold, unless you're starting to feel very tired and drained, and there are some weird, bizarre things that are negatively affecting you, then don't be afraid of them. It's most likely that they are your ancestors or people, relatives down your family line that are coming up to help you and support you. Okay? Wow, we are 1 hour into this, and I actually thought my voice wouldn't be able to carry me through past 30 minutes. So I'm coming back full circle to what I said at the beginning of this full moon live. Lower your expectations. Always think I can do one thing and then amaze yourself by everything you can achieve. Always think if I talk to one person if I get one client, if I manage to overcome one fear, and then watch as you exponentially talk to more people, overcome more fears, and just more manifests in your life, okay? So I think Saturn in Aquarius is teaching us this, but also the full moon in Capricorn, right? Ruled by Saturn. It's teaching us to have small expectations, be humble, keep pushing through with determination, and then just allow the universe to surprise you with the wealth that is bringing your way because you stayed true and you expected little and then you were given plenty. Yeah? I know at the moment everything is about maximizing and seeing yourself as a child of cosmos, but there are benefits in being humble, there are benefits in being restrained, and there are benefits in just allowing things to be as they are, not changing them or not pushing for more when you're not ready for more. You will get that more when the timing is right. Yeah? And we all know that Saturn, Chronos, ruler of time, is all about that, right? Clocks ticking, time is money. Benjamin Franklin, the one who said that, it was actually a Capricorn sun. Yeah, and also it was Isaac Newton as well, was also a Capricorn sun, and he famously discovered gravity. Like, it cannot get more Capricornian than that. When you discover gravity, you're already a very serious sign. But gravity has its purpose, right? It keeps us locked on Earth, centered on the ground, right? So that we don't float away in space. So there are benefits to this feeling of pressure and heaviness that we feel. And yeah, I think I'm just going to end it here before I dive into more crazy Piscean mind-bending associations. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me tonight. We are a small, intimate crew. But I love that. As I said, I was expecting just one or two people, and 68 are in the chat at the moment. So thank you so much, guys. There are more things coming this week for my members. There is a one-card reading. There is an extra erotic pick a card reading coming your way, guys. And I have more astrology clips coming your way for the general public. If you did not decide to join, you're just here to watch the spiritual social, I have lots more pick a card readings coming, and hopefully my voice is gonna come back to feeling top tip. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I'm blasting you with light. Take care, my lovely crew, and yeah, see you next time. Stay safe.